Okay, Pericles, newcomer to Bune Baker for Godolphin, Josh Parr.
I think he's one of the value bets of the day. I think he's a great each way bet. He's had his 2 trials, an exhibition gallop. I like the look of him here. I think Josh can push forward with the pack draw and inside and outside him, and I think he's a rough hope of getting the run of the race here. And if that's the case, we know he's a very talented horse, and he'll run well. He'll run very well.
He's always been a really good looker. He's always one that stands out in the yard for the right reasons. He's got this big lopey action as he walks around. He came here about 10 or just under 10 days ago for an exhibition gallop, and he looked great. He looks even better here.
Coleman, number 9, Kieran McAvoy, Chris Waller.
84 days, 2 trials. He hasn't quite gone on with the job since his 2-year-old years, and he needs he does need a confidence-building win, this horse.
Yeah, it's been a fair while since he's put a victory on the board, but there's no knock on his condition here. I think he's quite forward.
Alma Beer, Ash Morgan for the Archibalds.
Yeah, only 1 trial, probably not wound up fresh. Watch out for him for later on.
Definitely watch for him later on, but he's not the worst.
Here is Osapenko, Tim Clark for Chris Waller.
I'd say later on for him as well. He's another one. He's had his couple of trials, but he's not a noted fresh performer.
He's not, no. They've taken the earmuffs off him today. He's nice and settled. He's never one of those horses that stands out. He's always got that dull look about him, so happy to go around him.
Territory Express, John Van Overmeer, Paul Nisiforo.
Yeah, quick backup from resuming last week. He might just need that bit of racing.
I thought he presented quite well last week, and he had a little bit to do, so the fact that they're backing him up, he's come through the run well enough. Not the worst.
Waterford, Jay Collett, Chris Waller.
He has been obviously very good fresh in the past, but is it more so Rosehill than Randwick is a little question, but he may have something to say late here.
He's got a spring in his step. The more I look at him, if you're looking for something at decent odds, he'd probably be your horse to throw in the multis for sure. He's looking really well. He's stepping out beautifully, and he presents one of the fitter ones that's resuming.
Alicia Collett rides with your blessing for John Thompson.
Well, he's peaking 3rd up. Just not sure. A tough 1400 in this level of race, that's all.
Such an impressive horse to look at. His manners are a lot better than what they used to be. He used to get himself a little bit worked up. He's nice and settled. He's 3rd up now, so he's at the top of his game.
Swift Falcon, Tyler Schiller, Team Hawks.
Oh, he put up some amazing performances last preparation without winning. I mean, first up in the Hobill at 1400, he was terrific. So if he can reproduce something like that first up here today and probably train more like a miler, he's going to have a lot of supporters here. Yep. He's obviously one of the leading chances.
I wouldn't say no to him at all. I think there's improvement to come, but there's enough there to suggest that he could run really well fresh.
And next we go to War Eternal. Dylan Gibbons on for Bjorn Baker.
Yeah, going well and very fit. Has a few supporters, but a harder race now. Well, it's not a harder race, but it's not an easy race for him to win.
He's a 1400 metre specialist. This is a lot harder. I wouldn't say he's changed a great deal from the last time we saw him.
And depth of character, Chad Schofield for the Archibalds.
He's won a trial. He's a capable black type performer who was very good at the end of last prep. Place chance.
He's got a beautiful head on him. He always looks great. He's just not there in the coat yet, if I was being somewhat picky, so happy to see him later.
Okay, big field here. Private Eye comes back to Sydney.
Yep.
And Nash, what's he going to do?
He'll sit outside lead for sure. This horse is so versatile, Greg. I went back through his form, and he's led Lightnings, and he's come from last in an Epsom over a mile, so he's super versatile. But just to have him back in the form that he's in, like he was down there in Melbourne, like Nash give him an absolute gem ride. He controlled the race out in front, and it was mathematically impossible to get past him because he done it with ease. But he just looked terrific in the yard, and I think he'll run great.
Corey is with Private Eye. Now, Chantel's pick of the yard.
Private Eye, I've got him on top. He just presents the fit horse coming into this. He's had that trip away to Melbourne, which has brought him on even more. I could not fault him at all. If you're looking for one at decent odds, I thought Waterford presented quite forward here.
I am 7, 5, 2 and 15. I just think $12 each way, Pericles for me. I think it's over the odds, like the way he's been set up by Bjorn, and he's paraded typical fit style from the stable. Boy, oh boy, they want one horse here, Private Eye. He's just, he's a chance of running even money here, but obviously very well placed. I think Linebacker is here to run well, as is the other big name here in Swift Falcon. They look the big four. I'm 7, 5, 2 and 15. Tim, you rated this horse 250 on Wednesday. You might be right. You know, I wanted the bar of him at 250, but they're happy to take shorter now.
Yeah, I actually put up $2.30. I've been thinking all week that I put him up too short. It turns out I didn't get him short enough.
Yeah.
$2.30. They really bet around him earlier in the week, so he was $2.30 all the way out to $3.20. He sat out after scratching time this morning, but he's just been absolutely hammered today. $3.20 into $2.15. He's well over half the total investment on the race. He's a big loser for us. He's just so likeable though. He's got the race fitness, the set weights and penalties. He's so well set up. The barrier looks good. Nash pushing forward. So yeah, look, it's just one-way traffic here. He's been really, really heavily backed, and the money's dried up for all the other ones that firmed earlier in the week. The money has disappeared. I will say Swift Falcon is firm though, 6 into 550 since the open. He's the best push to beat Private Eye here. Swift Falcon first up from a spell. Linebacker, another resumer. He's been really soft in betting today. $5.50 out to $7.50. We can't write a ticket for him. The horse that you liked, Pericles, money for him early in the week, 11 into 8. He did get back to 11. Now they've just taken 11 back into 10, but he's a firm overall. There's money around for Ronnie's tip, Pericles. Then we're out to a $19 chance. And with your blessing, he's seen some specking. I guess the likely leader here, $26 Wednesday, 23 this morning, 17 now with your blessing. So a little bit of money for it. And then it's 25s or longer the rest. Most of them drifters. Willie Do It. There was money for it early in the week. It's all the way out to 25 to 1, $26. Willie Do It. Port Lockroy, $41. Militarize, another earlier in the week firm at 26 into 17. It's back to $26. And all this time, the favourite firms again. Now a $2.10 chance. Private Eye, a big firmer today.
Pericles is trying to win this race for a second time. He won it 2 years ago. Royal Patronage won it last year. Pericles won it the year before. And we had Zaki win it back-to-back in 21-22, and Dreamforce won it back-to-back in 19 and 20. So Pericles set to become the third horse to win 2 Chelmsfords in the space of about 7 years. And he's with a new trainer now, Bjorn Baker. They're all trying to impress the boys in blue, and so far every other trainer who's got their hands on an ex-Godolphin horse has. So over to you, Bjorn. Pericles about to come up, and there's Depth of Character about to move into the gates. Inquiry going on into Adam Hieronymus' ride on Vauban in the Chelmsford. Just allowing Tim Clark to cross in front of him when they came down to the side of the track on Delius. It's been going for quite a while and getting a bit animated. He was late coming out to leg up there, Hieronymus, but I'm sure that inquiry is going to go on. Waiting on Private Eye to come up. Here he is. Only 10 horses in the history of Australian racing have earned more money than this horse, Private Eye. He's won over 12 million himself. 2 out. The Tramway, Darren Flindell.
Apocalyptic in those colours, successful. Willie Do It moving in. Port Lockroy goes up in the yellow. And now Linebacker. Drawn the outside is the last 2 to move in for the Drinkwise Tramway Stakes over 1,400 metres. We're set to go now. There's the light. Stand by. Starter about to hit the button and does so now on the Tramway. They're off and racing, and Private Eye anticipated the start brilliantly. With your blessings right there. Pericles there as well. Linebacker jumped okay, but being restrained as Port Lockroy's trying to improve its position in the early part, followed by War Eternal down in the rails, and Linebacker is now looking to slip in just behind the leading bunch of the field. Further back then to Osipenko early. Now Militarize is covering a bit of ground in the early part. They're followed further back then by Depth of Character. Depth of Character's well back in the second half of the field. Swift Falcon's back there with it, followed by Waterford, Willie Do It. Kovaleeka, and the horse tailed off is Territory Express. Private Eye leads at the 600 from With Your Blessing the outside. Then Pericles, and Linebacker is rolling forward on the outside. He couldn't drop in. Then came War Eternal from Port Lockroy. Osipenko, Militarize, and Swift Falcons all boxed boxed up between runners as they straighten up. Private Eye's a narrow leader from With Your Blessing, breathing down its neck. Then came Linebacker. Pericles has had a good run behind and presents to challenge. Just in front, Private Eye, but now Pericles moved up with Your Blessing in the middle. It's Pericles coming down the middle part of the track, and Pericles having his first run for Bjorn Baker draws away for a big win in the Tramway. Private Eye fought on gamely into second, With Your Blessing third, then Osipenko. Will he do it running home stoutly together with Swift Falcon and Militarise the outside? They've all hit the line well. With Your Blessing getting tired from War Eternal. Further back, Depth of Character from Linebacker, Kovalika, Alma Beer, then Coleman. Good gap back to Port Lockroy, Waterford, and Territory Express was a bad boy again today. He was tailed off after the bad start. Pericles, number 7.
Well, the Baker boys will be very, very happy with that. They have taken over Pericles from James Cummings in this new era of Godolphin. But Bjorn Baker might get a bit of bragging rights for the time being because he's won a Group 2. Pericles, Josh Parr and Bjorn Baker, and Bjorn doing it today in front of his father, his famous father, Murray Baker, who's on course at Randwick today. Now retired, of course, but he has so much history attached to this race course through derbies and Oaks. It's Pericles, the winner, one of Ron Duffy's best bets of the day at around $10.
Yeah, it was all about Josh. Everything went to script. He just tucked him in so beautifully there. I know it looked good on